ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, has just released their new image editing model. Now, this model is pretty much a direct competitor to Google's Nano Banana, which is the best image editing model out there. It seems like every week there's a new model released, either from the American side or the Chinese side. And today we're going to compare the two and see which one is better. Hi guys, my name is Omri from AI Academy, where we provide you with the latest news about AI and different tutorials on how to leverage AI tools in your content creation or your business. Now, in order to test out these image generators, we're going to be using one of my favorite AI tools out there called Higgsfield AI. And Higgsfield AI basically offers you access to the most recent AI models. And honestly, the variety of models that are on this website is better than anything else I've seen out there. They have their own models as well as WAN 2.2 image generator, Seedream 4.0, Nano Banana, Flux Context, GPT image, and the Topaz upscalers. Higgsfield's pricing is actually super generous, so it's $9 a month for the basic plan. If you want to use any of the tools that we're using today, you could just do this one. You don't need any of the other plans, but if you do want to go more into it, I have the Pro plan, $29 a month, where you get 600 credits, which is a ton of images and videos and anything else you want to generate. You get up to 3 concurrent generations, which means you can generate 3 different things at once without having to wait for the other ones to be done. You also get access to their soul and character creation models, which basically makes it so you can generate images of yourself in any different scenarios with a model that you train. Some of the video models that you get access to with the Pro plan is the Light, Standard, and Turbo versions: VO3, Hailuo O2, Seedance Pro, Kling 2.1, Kling 2.5, WAN 2.2, and WAN 2.5. This plan also allows you to access their image editing features, the image and video upscaling features, the start and end frame control, which means you can generate videos with a start image and an ending image, and then the video is generated from this stuff in between. And you can also access Higgsfield Animate and their lip sync studio, as well as Google VO3, Google Nano Banana, and Seedream 4.0. Now, for our first test, we're going to test out if it can edit a part of my logo for one of my AI businesses. So first we'll use Seedream, and then we'll use Nano Banana, and then we'll compare the different images. So this is the logo, and what we're going to do is have it change the spiral of the eye to white, change the inside of the logo to the purple, and see if they can both do it. Change the spiral inside the eye to the color white, and change the play button inside the spiral to the purple color. Now, for consistency's sake, we're going to be using the same prompt and image for both models. So we'll generate with Seedream, and now we'll go over to Nano Banana and do the same exact thing. Now, while that's generating, we are going to do another test. The next test we're going to do is to try to replace this Claude logo with the actual Claude logo. So I have a screenshot of the Claude logo, and we're going to try to have it be replaced with this part right here in this thumbnail. Replace the part in the YouTube thumbnail that says Claude with the Claude logo from the image I provided. So for this, we'll say replace the part in the YouTube thumbnail that says Claude with the Claude logo in the image I provided. Cool, so now our generations are done for the first test, but let's real quick run the second test. So we'll generate with Seedream, and then we'll go over to Nano Banana and we'll generate as well. But yeah, this is our Seedream edit for our first test. It replaced the spiral with the white, and it replaced the play button with the purple. Now, the thing is, it did not maintain the background for some reason, and it didn't maintain the aspect ratio, which is kind of weird. So I figured out why it didn't keep the aspect ratio. For Seedream, you can actually choose right here which aspect ratio you want. So it'll actually adjust it into the new image. Now, for our first test, I think Nano Banana actually won. It replaced the white and the purple and kept everything as it was in the original image. Now, for our second test, seems like neither one of them worked. So what I'm going to do is run it again and literally just say place the Claude logo in the correct spot. Now, as you can see in our first test, it actually seems like it understands that the Claude logo has like this little star behind it. As you can see, this is what it looks like, but didn't do it correctly. Now, this got the location right too, but it didn't replace it. Now, it seems like my face got a little bit compressed on this one, so we're going to just run it again and see what happens. Cool, so now we have our first generation for that new prompt with the Seedream model, and as you can see, it got it. It didn't get the font right for the Claude logo, but it got the placement and it got the shape. So let's see what Nano Banana can come up with. Now, it seems like Nano Banana is just not getting this, so I'd have to give this one to Seedream. Nano Banana can't seem to understand where to place the image. Now, the thing is, when it comes to Nano Banana within Higgsfield, they do have other models for Nano Banana. So this allows you to place different products in different places. So I actually tried it with this and my logo, where you can just press the place that you want to to place it in, and it does work. But since we're just comparing the base model to base model, I have to give this one to Seedream. For our next test real quick, let's try to generate an infographic for the launch of Hooked AI, which is my thumbnail generator app. So we can just say generate an infographic for the launch of Hooked AI. The logo of Hooked AI is the image provided. Hooked AI is a YouTube thumbnail generator that uses AI technology in order to help creators generate thumbnails that get clicks. Cool, let's try this with Seedream first, and then we'll try this with Nano Banana. So Seedream is now in the queue, and we can generate with Nano Banana. So the cool thing with the Pro subscription with Higgsfield, you can just generate things at the same time. You don't have to wait for one to be done with and the next one to be done with until you can generate another one. It's super efficient because you can just generate it at the same time. So the Nano Banana one is done already, even though we generated it after the Seedream one. And here are our two results. So Hooked AI, Revolution, almost didn't get the letter right, but okay. Revolutionize your YouTube thumbnails. AI powered design leverages cutting. Some of the text here is not really that good, but this is cool that it had some thumbnails stacked up here for instant generation. That's not bad. Create multiple thumbnails in hours. The text is hard, so they're having a hard time with text. Now this is the Seedream one. Hooked AI, your AI powered YouTube thumbnail generator. The struggle, creating click-worthy thumbnails. The solution, AI driven design. The result, more clicks, more views. So this one is a little bit better with the writing. The design of the other one I actually like more, but the thing is it didn't get the Hooked AI. So we're spelling hooked without an E. So hooked is supposed to be Hookd in our case instead of Hooked. So it seems like since it's trained on regular English, it has a hard time understanding that this is a name and not a word, but it did get it here. So pretty cool. I'll have to give this one to Seedream as well. Now this is very surprising. I did not know that Seedream would be a lot better in my tests. Now for our last and final test, let's real quick see if it can generate something very specific. Now here we have an image that we created with Higgsfield's Soul ID. So this is a model trained on my face, and I had to generate an image of me next to a jet. Now I don't want it to be a private jet now. I want it to be a fighter jet. So let's say change the jet in the background to a military fighter jet. Now let's change the aspect ratio so we can give Seedream a fair shot at this. This is 9:16 instead of 16:9. Let's do that and generate with Seedream. And once this gets queued, let's go over to Nano Banana and generate another version of that as well. Cool. So Nano Banana does seem to be a lot faster than Seedream, and it got this exactly how it should be. It kept the suit, kept everything as it is, generated a jet. Oh, this is a new one. Okay, so Seedream seems like it didn't get it. Maybe we'll try the word replace. Let's do replace. Give Seedream another chance. But I think Nano Banana won for this one. Let's try it again real quick. Dang. Okay, so as we can see here, we have our Seedream generation, and it seems like it can't actually do that, at least in our two tries. But all I wanted is to replace the background jet with a fighter jet instead of having two jets. And this is the Nano Banana one, did exactly as we wanted. And Seedream seems like it can't do that. So I'll have to give this one to Google. But yeah, it seems like for very simple edits, Seedream is pretty good. For simple image generation, Seedream is pretty good as well. But it doesn't beat Nano Banana just yet. Now, if you want to test these out, make sure you sign up to Higgsfield AI with the link in our description and use some of their tools to mess around, figure out which tools you like, which tools you don't like, which tools are useful for you and your business, which tools are useful for content creation. And the thing with these AI tools is the more you experiment, the more you know. And when it comes to accuracy, the more generations and the more takes you do, the better it is. But yeah, the verdict of this video, I don't think that Seedream is better than Nano Banana just yet, but it seems like the AI models from China are catching up really, really quick. So I wouldn't be surprised if something from there passes Nano Banana very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more AI videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos. We do a ton of other tutorials. Comment down below what you want to see next, and I will see you in the next video.